Warning: you're one step away from losing something you can't replace, and the reason will shake you. Listen closely, because the thing slipping out of your hands right now isn't money, isn't luck, isn't chance, it's something far more precious, something that took you years to build, something that holds the weight of your entire life. And what's terrifying is that the threat isn't coming from outside, it's coming from someone already around you. Someone who smiles in your face, someone who pretends to care, someone who watches your every move silently. They're studying your weaknesses, your habits, your mistakes, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. And right now, you're blind to it. You think everything is normal. You think people around you are harmless. You think life is moving the way it should. But behind the scenes, something is being planned, something that will cost you peace, stability, and something you'll never get back once it's gone. The real danger? They already started the process. They've already set things in motion. They've already planted doubts, twisted stories, misdirected your attention, and created situations designed to make you lose what matters most. You think you're safe, but you have no idea how close you are to a disaster destiny tried to warn you about. And the scariest part is this: the person trying to take this important thing away from you doesn't look like your enemy. They look like a supporter. They look like a friend. They look like family. They look like someone who would never dare betray you, and that's exactly why this trap works. Because betrayal from an enemy is expected, but betrayal from someone close hits you so hard that you don't even realize you're falling until you've already hit the ground. Someone is manipulating your situation, twisting your truth, reshaping the environment around you so slowly that you haven't even noticed the shift, but you feel the discomfort, don't you? The sudden anxiety. The tension for no reason. The fear you can't understand. The heaviness around you when that person enters the room. The feeling that something is off even though nothing visible has changed. That's not imagination. That's not overthinking. That's the warning your intuition is screaming, but you haven't listened yet. This important thing you're about to lose, it could be your home, your position, your opportunity, your respect, your reputation, or even your future stability. And the person targeting it knows exactly what they're doing. They're watching your reactions. They're testing how far they can push. They're observing how much they can take before you notice. And right now, you haven't noticed at all. They see your silence as weakness. They see your kindness as stupidity. They see your trust as permission. And they're using all of it, every single bit, to pull something valuable right out of your hands. The danger is closer than you think. They've been talking behind your back, feeding lies into ears that matter, creating stories that slowly shift people's perspective about you. They're setting traps where you step unknowingly and fall without realizing who pushed you. And the sad part? They're doing it because they know one thing very clearly: you're rising. You're becoming stronger. You're about to enter a phase where success, stability, peace, and growth will finally come to you. And that scares them. They don't want you to level up. They don't want you to outgrow them. They don't want you to become independent. Because if you rise, they lose their control. They lose their relevance. They lose their importance. And their fear of losing their power is making them do things that will shake you once you see the truth. They're not stealing something small, they're going after the biggest thing in your life. They want your foundation. They want your security. They want your mental stability. And they've almost succeeded, because you still trust them. But the truth is about to surface. There's a moment coming, a moment you won't forget, where the mask will fall, where their real intentions will slip out, where someone will accidentally reveal what they've been hiding. And when you see the truth, it will break you, but it will also save you. Because once you know who the enemy is, the danger loses its power. But before that moment comes, you need to understand this. The thing you're about to lose is irreplaceable. If it slips away, rebuilding it will take years. The emotional cost will be heavy. The mental cost will be deeper. The spiritual cost will drain you. That's why destiny pushed this warning in front of your eyes right now. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Not someday. Now. Because you're standing on the edge without realizing how close you are to falling. And the moment you take one more careless step, everything you've worked for will shake. But here's the twist, you won't lose it if you become aware now. If you open your eyes. If you listen to your intuition. If you pay attention to the people who suddenly act too nice. Too invested. Too curious. Too involved. Too concerned about things that are not their concern. Those are the ones you need to watch. Because the person trying to take from you doesn't act like a threat. They act like a protector. And that is the most dangerous disguise of all. But you are not powerless. You are not blind. You are not weak. Once you wake up, once you become aware, once you see what heaven sees, nothing can be taken from you. Not your peace. Not your stability. Not your opportunity. Not your future. Remember this, the thing you're about to lose only disappears if you stay unaware. If you stay trusting the wrong person. If you keep ignoring the signs. But you won't. Because now you know. You're alert. You're aware. And once your eyes open, their plan falls apart. Watch carefully, the truth is closer than you think. Something is about to be exposed. And the moment it is, everything will change. You think the danger is somewhere far, but the truth is it's already sitting inside your life, breathing in the same space as you, watching your every move with eyes that pretend to care but hide a silent hunger to see you fall. The real threat isn't loud, it isn't obvious, it's quiet, slow, calculated, and terrifyingly patient. They are waiting for the exact moment when your guard drops, when you get tired, when you trust too much, when you speak one sentence you shouldn't, and that will be the trigger that pushes everything important away from you. Right now, you're standing at a point where one wrong reaction, one wrong conversation, one wrong decision could cost you something you never thought you'd lose. And the person behind this danger? They know exactly where to strike so it hurts the most. They don't want your money. They don't want your belongings. They want your stability to collapse. They want your mental peace to break. They want your life to shake. And they're enjoying every moment of watching you walk blindly toward the trap they set. You've been ignoring the tiredness in your spirit. You've been ignoring the strange heaviness around certain people. You've been ignoring the sudden emotional drain you feel after talking to them. You keep telling yourself, "I'm overthinking," but you're not. That discomfort you feel around them is your intuition screaming, "This person is dangerous." And the thing you're about to lose? It's something that holds your present and future together, maybe your home, maybe your respect, maybe your opportunity, maybe your emotional foundation. They want you unsettled. They want you doubting yourself. They want you trapped in confusion so they can make their move without you noticing. And that move is closer than you think. They've already been talking to someone about you, sharing stories that aren't true, twisting facts, adding poison into conversations, making people see you in a light that isn't real. Slowly, quietly, they are shifting how others see you. One sentence here, one lie there, one "I'm just concerned" there, and before you know it, the very people who should be standing with you begin standing against you without knowing why. This is how important things are lost, not through explosions, but through silent manipulation. And the worst part? You've been trained by life to be strong, so you keep ignoring the signs because you don't want to believe someone close can do this to you. But they can. And they are. And the universe is tired of watching you suffer quietly while pretending everything is okay. That's why this warning appeared in front of you today. Because time is almost up. You're inches away from crossing a point where the damage becomes permanent. But it's not too late. Not yet. There's still time, but very little. You need to watch how people react when you talk about your success. Pay attention to who gets silent when something good happens to you. Watch who changes the topic when someone praises you. Notice who gives advice that always leads you backward, not forward. These are the signals heaven sent you months ago, but you brushed them off as coincidence. Nothing is coincidence now. Every strange emotion, every sudden tension, every sleepless night, every heavy feeling around a particular person, it all makes sense. The person you trust least is not the problem. It's the one you trust the most, the one you don't suspect, who is slowly tightening the circle around something important to you. And they're close to winning. But here's the part that will freeze your entire audience: you were not their first target. They've done this before. They've taken things from others. They've broken relationships. They've destroyed opportunities. They've manipulated situations to their benefit. They've made others lose everything without being caught. This isn't new for them, they are experienced. And you? You became their next target the moment they realized how much potential you truly have. They saw that your life was rising. They saw opportunities coming. They saw blessings forming. And instead of celebrating you, they felt threatened by you. They don't want you ahead of them. They don't want you stronger than them. They don't want you more stable than them. And that fear turned into envy, envy turned into resentment, resentment turned into quiet plotting. And now you're feeling the effects. The strange heaviness. The sudden setbacks. The closed doors. The missed chances. The misunderstandings. The unexplained bad luck. These are not random. This is spiritual sabotage mixed with emotional manipulation. But here's something they didn't expect: the universe is on your side. That's why the truth is starting to leak. That's why their mask is cracking. That's why their lies are no longer smooth. They are slipping. They are nervous. They are starting to make mistakes. Their control is weakening because destiny is pushing you toward clarity. And clarity is deadly for people who live on deception. Soon, something they say will expose them. A sentence too sharp. A reaction too fast. A look too revealing. A slip too honest. And that will be the moment their entire plan collapses. The important thing they're trying to take, the thing you can't replace, will come back into your hands with more power than before. Because once the enemy is revealed, the battle is already won. But until that revelation happens, you must stay alert. Don't ignore your intuition anymore. Don't share your secrets so easily. Don't tell people your plans. Don't allow access to your mind. Don't let anyone know what you're working on. Protect your energy. Protect your ideas. Protect your peace. Because the thing you're about to lose is only vulnerable until you wake up. And now, you are awake. The warning has reached you. The truth is in front of you. And destiny will not allow anything important to slip out of your hands, not when you are aware, not when you are alert, not when you are finally ready to see who is standing beside you with good intentions, and who is standing behind you with a knife. Everything is about to unfold. Watch closely, the mask is about to fall. And once it does, your life will never be the same again. You have no idea how dangerously close you are to the truth finally exploding in front of you. While you've been living your normal life, eating, sleeping, talking, surviving, someone else has been obsessively watching you, tracking your steps, and calculating exactly when you're most vulnerable. And the scary part? They've already noticed patterns in your behavior you didn't even realize you were making. They know when you're tired. They know when you stop paying attention. They know which things distract you. They know which people you trust blindly. And that is exactly where they are about to strike. They're waiting for that one moment where you're relaxed, your guard down, your mind distracted, because that's when they plan to take away the thing that holds the biggest part of your stability. And while you're reading this, something inside you already knows who that person might be. You felt their energy, that strange, sharp, uncomfortable vibe whenever they stand too close. You've noticed how your mood shifts instantly when they enter the room. You've seen how they look at you when they think you're not paying attention. You've seen the sudden silence they create when you walk in. You've heard the tone in their voice that hides jealousy behind fake concern. But you keep giving them chance after chance because you think they didn't mean it. That's how manipulation works. It feels too soft, too quiet, too familiar to call it evil. But their intentions are darker than anything you've imagined. They don't want to ruin one day of your life, they want to ruin the direction of your life. Because once you lose this important thing, your future changes forever. Your path breaks. Your confidence collapses. Your plans crumble. And that's exactly what they want. A version of you that is too weak to rise and too confused to suspect them. But destiny is finally stepping in. The energy around you is shifting so aggressively that their mask can't hold much longer. They're starting to slip, in their words, in their tone, in their reactions. A few days ago, they almost exposed themselves when they overreacted to a small situation. Destiny is tightening the circle around them, forcing their intentions to show. And soon, their real personality will burst out without warning. But before that explosion, something even more unsettling is happening behind your back. Someone, a completely different person, is silently watching everything unfold. Not to help you. Not to support you. But because they want to see your downfall. Their entertainment lies in your chaos. They don't want to destroy you directly, they want to see someone else do it, so their hands stay clean. These are the people who smile when you struggle, who stay silent when you're attacked, who say, "I didn't want to get involved," but secretly love seeing you shaken. These are the hidden enemies destiny is exposing one by one. And right now, both energies, the one who wants to take something important from you, and the one who wants to see it happen, are tightening around your life like a circle closing in. And you? You've been sensing this subconsciously. The sudden mood swings. The random fear. The unexplained exhaustion. The feeling that someone is draining your energy. The pressure in your chest when you think about certain people. The late-night anxiety you can't explain. The sudden urge to isolate. None of this is random. It is your spirit preparing for impact. Your intuition has been screaming, but your mind keeps shutting it down. You tell yourself, "Maybe I'm just tired. Maybe I'm imagining things. Maybe they're not that bad." But the truth? You are not imagining anything. You are not overthinking. You are not being dramatic. You are being warned. And the universe does not send warnings without reason. In the next few days, you will notice something shocking. A tiny mistake from the person targeting you. A slip in their story. A lie that doesn't add up. A comment that feels too sharp. A question that feels too invasive. A look that reveals too much. And that one moment will expose everything. You will suddenly see their pattern. You will suddenly see their motive. You will suddenly see how long they've been hiding behind fake kindness. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. But here's the twist, this person is getting desperate. They are starting to fear that their plan is falling apart. They sense your awareness rising. They sense destiny turning against them. They sense their control slipping. And desperation makes people dangerous. They may try to rush their plan. They may try to emotionally corner you. They may try to make you doubt yourself harder. They may try to isolate you from the people who truly care. They may even try to make you feel guilty for things you never did. But they will fail, because the universe doesn't let evil win once truth has been awakened. And you are awakening. Your energy is rising. Your clarity is expanding. Your intuition is sharp. And destiny is about to expose every hidden conversation, every manipulative intention, every silent betrayal, right in front of your eyes. The important thing you're about to lose? You will not lose it. Why? Because now you are aware. Now you are alert. Now you are watching. And the moment you become conscious, manipulation dies. The trap breaks. The enemy panics. The plan collapses. And destiny flips in your favor. Something big is coming, and when it arrives, the person who tried to take everything from you will face consequences they never expected. And you? You will step into a new phase of clarity, confidence, and control. The danger is real. But so is your protection. And the truth is on its way, fast. When it hits, nothing in your life will ever be the same. You're still standing in the middle of a storm you didn't choose, surrounded by energies you don't fully understand yet, and while you're trying to make sense of your life, someone else is silently tightening their hold over something you desperately need to protect. The tension you've been feeling isn't random, it's the echo of a danger getting closer, step by step, breath by breath. And the terrifying part? They think you will never find out what they've been doing behind your back. They underestimate your intuition. They underestimate your patience. They underestimate your strength. They don't know that the quiet ones are the ones destiny protects the most. Right now, while you're reading this, someone is replaying a conversation you had with them. They're analyzing your words. They're thinking about your reactions. They're wondering how much you know. They're scared you may have figured something out already. And that fear is eating them alive. Because the truth is, their plan isn't perfect. There are cracks forming. There are holes in their lies. There are mistakes they didn't expect to make. And destiny is magnifying those mistakes so you can see what you weren't meant to see before. Their confidence is slipping. Their control is shaking. Their mask is breaking. And the universe is turning the spotlight on the exact thing they wanted to keep hidden. The strange heaviness you've been feeling recently, it's their energy pushing against yours. Their jealousy pressing on your chest. Their fear crawling into your thoughts. Their anxiety trying to infect your spirit. But you're stronger than them. That's the reason they hate you silently. They can't understand how you survive storms that would have destroyed them. They can't understand how you keep rising even when life throws you down again and again. They can't understand how you still have hope, still have dreams, still have purpose, while they are collapsing inside their own darkness. And that confusion has turned into a dark obsession, not to admire you, but to outsmart you. They want to see you fall so they can feel powerful again. They want to take something important from you so they can feel in control again. They want to break your confidence so they can feel superior again. But destiny isn't on their side anymore. Something shifted recently, something small but powerful. Maybe you made a tiny decision. Maybe you cut someone off. Maybe you trusted your intuition. Maybe you stopped sharing everything. Maybe you stepped back from someone. That one action created a spiritual ripple effect. And now everything they do is revealing more and more of who they really are. They're getting irritated faster. They're reacting too quickly. They're asking strange questions. They're watching you too closely. They're trying to read your mind. Because they know, once you wake up fully, their game ends forever. And they're terrified of that moment. But that moment is coming whether they like it or not. In fact, destiny is pushing you toward it so aggressively that signs are showing everywhere. You've started noticing small things, small slips, small reactions, small changes in energy, that don't match their fake kindness. You're not confused anymore, you're becoming aware. And awareness is the one thing manipulators cannot fight. They rely on your blindness. They rely on your trust. They rely on your silence. They rely on your innocence. But now, they're losing all of that. And because they know their time is running out, they're going to try one more thing, a last attempt, a desperate move, a final manipulation. This last move will look like concern. It will look like support. It will look like advice. But it will carry poison hidden under the surface. They will say something that's meant to shake your confidence. They will bring up your past. They will question your decisions. They will plant fear in your mind. They will try to pull you away from the thing that matters most. Because if they shake your focus, they can steal what you're about to receive. But here's what they don't know: destiny is setting a trap for them too. The universe is letting them dig their own grave. Every lie they say is being recorded. Every manipulation is being exposed spiritually. Every intention is being revealed through their energy. And soon, they will make a mistake so big, so obvious, so undeniable, that even they won't be able to cover it. That mistake will expose their entire plan. And when it happens, everything they tried to take from you will come back 10 times stronger. You'll see people supporting you. You'll see doors opening. You'll see energy shifting in your favor. You'll see the very thing they wanted to steal landing right into your hands, protected, blessed, unstoppable. But before that victory comes, there is a moment you must endure, a moment of sharp truth. The mask will fall in the most unexpected way. Maybe during a conversation. Maybe through someone else. Maybe through a message. Maybe through a reaction. Maybe through a slip of the tongue. In that moment, you will feel a shock. Not because you didn't expect betrayal, but because you never expected it from them. But right after the shock will come clarity. And after clarity will come power. And after power will come the rise you've been waiting for. This important thing you're about to lose, you won't expected it from them. But right after the shock will come clarity. And after clarity will come power. And after power will come the rise you've been waiting for. This important thing you're about to lose, you won't lose it. Not anymore. The danger is real, but the protection is stronger. Destiny has chosen you. And once destiny chooses you, no enemy, no jealous person, no manipulator, no liar, no hidden hater, no silent competitor, can take what's yours. Keep your eyes open. Keep your heart guarded. Keep your focus sharp. Because the revelation is coming fast. And when it arrives, your life will split into 2 chapters, before you knew the truth, and after the truth changed everything. You think you've seen the worst of people, but the truth is you've only seen the surface. What's happening behind your back, what's being whispered in rooms you're not in, what's being planned in minds you can't read, is darker than anything you've imagined. And the shocking part? It's not just one person. There are two energies around you, one who wants to take something important from you, and another who wants to watch it happen just to see you break. One attacks. One enjoys. One manipulates. One observes. One stabs the back. One applauds the pain. You are surrounded by more danger than you realized because you underestimated how powerful your life is becoming. People don't target the weak, they target the rising. They target the chosen. They target the ones destiny has plans for. And whether you know it or not, you have something in your life right now that others wish they had. A chance. A path. A blessing. An opportunity. A relationship. A reputation. A stability. Something so precious that others are trying to snatch it before you even understand its real value. And they're close. Much closer than you want to admit. Their footsteps are already approaching. Their fingers are already reaching. Their lies are already spreading. Their mask is already slipping. And destiny is forcing everything into the open because you refused to see the signs earlier. You tried to forgive people who didn't deserve forgiveness. You tried to believe explanations that never made sense. You tried to ignore the uneasy feeling that crawled into your chest whenever that person came near you. You kept trusting. You kept giving chances. You kept assuming the best. But manipulators feed on your kindness. They use your empathy as a weapon. They twist your softness into a weakness. They know you hesitate to think badly of others. And that hesitation is exactly how they got so close to hurting you. But what they didn't expect is that destiny would drag their darkness into the light. They thought you would stay blind forever. They thought they could take what's yours without consequences. They thought their lies were perfect. But every perfect lie eventually breaks under the weight of truth. And the truth is cracking open now. Slowly, painfully, violently. They're losing control. Their confidence is shaking. Their mind is panicking. Their energy is unstable. Because they feel something they've never felt before, your awareness sharpening. The moment your intuition wakes up, it sends shockwaves through the people who have been manipulating you. They can feel your spirit rising. They can feel your clarity forming. They can feel the shift in your energy. And nothing terrifies a liar more than the moment the person they lied to finally starts paying attention. They're trying to figure out what you know. They're trying to read your reactions. They're trying to test your silence. They're trying to guess if you've seen through them. And the fear in their eyes is growing, even if you haven't seen it yet. But you will see it soon. Because the universe is orchestrating a moment, a divine moment, where every fake smile will turn stiff, every lie will fall apart, every mask will melt, every intention will be seen through them. And the fear in their eyes is growing, even if you haven't seen it yet. But you will see it soon. Because the universe is orchestrating a moment, a divine moment, where every fake smile will turn stiff, every lie will fall apart, every mask will melt, every intention will crack wide open. This revelation won't come softly. It will hit like lightning. Someone will say something they shouldn't. Someone will expose something accidentally. Someone will react too quickly. Someone will slip. And that slip will be so obvious that it will freeze your breath. In that moment, your entire perspective will flip. Everything will connect, every strange behavior, every uncomfortable silence, every time you felt drained after meeting them, every weird comment, every sudden problem, every emotional shift. It will suddenly make perfect sense. And this realization will not break you, it will free you. Because once you know who the enemy is, the enemy becomes powerless. But before this moment comes, the danger will peak. A manipulator always tries their final move right before their downfall. They might try to guilt-trip you. They might try to confuse you. They might try to emotionally corner you. They might mirror your behavior to study you. They might pretend they're the only one who understands you. They might suddenly act extra sweet, extra caring, extra helpful. But that sweetness will taste bitter. That kindness will feel fake. That concern will feel rehearsed. Because your soul already knows the truth, this person is not a supporter, they're a threat. And destiny won't let them win. Because you have something rare, a spirit that doesn't break easily. You rise every time life knocks you down. You survive storms that destroy others. You shine even in darkness. And that resilience is exactly why your enemies fear you. They want to weaken you before you understand how strong you truly are. That's why they target your confidence, your peace, your security, because if they can break those, they think they can break you. But they're wrong. They forgot one thing: destiny doesn't protect the weak, destiny protects the chosen. And you are chosen. That's why warnings come to you. That's why truth reveals itself to you. That's why your intuition screams louder than anyone else's. And that's why the thing they're trying to take from you will end up slipping right out of their hands instead. The universe is about to reverse everything. The plan they set will collapse. The trap they built will close on them. The lies they spread will expose them. The manipulation they used will destroy them. And you? You will rise. Stronger. Smarter. Untouchable. Because surviving betrayal doesn't make you weak, it makes you unstoppable. The revelation is coming. The exposure is coming. The downfall is coming. And once the truth hits, your life will never return to the person you were before it. You will walk into a new chapter, one where no one will ever be able to play with your peace again. You don't even realize how fast the ground beneath you is shifting, how silently the universe is exposing every hidden intention around you, how quickly illusions are breaking and real faces are emerging. While you've been battling your own thoughts, someone else has been battling their fear of getting caught. They know their time is running out. They know destiny has turned against them. They know their influence over your life is slipping like sand through fingers. And that fear is pushing them into a level of desperation you've never seen before. They are watching you like a hawk now, every movement, every expression, every change in your energy. They're trying to figure out if you've sensed the truth. They're trying to see if you're suspicious. They're trying to read your body language, your silence, your distance. Because manipulators can hide their lies, but they can't hide their panic. And right now, inside their mind, panic is tearing through them like a fire they cannot control. They're scared because things aren't going their way anymore. Your energy has changed. Your awareness has sharpened. Your silence has become louder. Your distance is making them restless. They're losing their grip over your life, and they can feel it. This is why they're about to make their most dangerous move yet. It won't be loud. It won't be obvious. It won't be dramatic. It will be subtle, quiet, disguised perfectly as care, concern, or curiosity. They will ask a question that is designed to extract information. They will offer advice that is designed to confuse you. They will suddenly show interest in something they never cared about before, because they want to know how close you are to discovering the truth. But the truth is no longer hiding. It's sitting right behind their eyes, shaking their voice, cracking their mask. Even the universe is tired of their deception and has begun pushing their real nature into the open. And soon, even they won't be able to hide it. You're going to notice things, tiny but powerful signs, like their voice shaking when they lie. Their eyes avoiding yours for a second too long. Their reaction being too defensive. Their excuses sounding scripted. Their tone slipping. Their energy feeling off. These are not coincidences. These are cracks in their mask. And every crack is widening. You are watching a mask crumble in real time without even realizing it. And even more shocking is this: someone else knows what they're doing to you. Someone else has sensed the manipulation. Someone else is quietly watching the tension building between you both. But they're not stepping in. They're not warning you. They're not stopping the danger. They want to see how far this goes. They want to see how deeply you get affected. They want to see how much chaos unfolds. They want entertainment from your pain. Two different energies. Two different enemies. Two different agendas. But both circling around you. That's why your spirit has been restless. That's why your body has felt heavy. That's why your mind keeps wandering. That's why your mood swings suddenly. You are absorbing the weight of energies that were never meant for you. Your intuition has been trying to scream the truth into your mind, but your heart kept giving people the benefit of the doubt. Not anymore. That phase is over. You're entering the stage where truth hits like lightning. Where masks fall off without warning. Where hidden intentions reveal themselves in plain sight. And destiny won't wait anymore, it's about to show you exactly who has been playing with your peace. But before that revelation hits, something big is coming, a moment where everything around you feels strange, silent, frozen, almost like the world is holding its breath. That's the moment right before the truth explodes. And when it does, you will see the person who has been manipulating your emotions getting exposed through their own actions. A slip of the tongue. A reaction too quick. A phrase too sharp. A look too revealing. One accidental mistake, one emotional outburst, one nervous expression, that destroys their entire plan. And you will stand there in silent shock, realizing that the person you trusted was the one preparing your downfall. That the smile you believed was a mask. That the concern you valued was a weapon. That the closeness you allowed was the doorway they used to attack you. But you will not break. Because this time, the universe is on your side. Destiny has been rearranging things silently, removing energies, shifting timelines, cutting connections you didn't even understand were harmful. You may have lost certain people recently, but those weren't losses, they were protections. You may have felt lonely, but that loneliness was a shield. You may have felt pulled away from certain situations, but that distance was divine. The universe has been isolating you so that no one can poison your spirit anymore. And because of that isolation, you're about to see clearly for the first time in a long time. Clarity will hit you like a punch. It won't come gradually. It will come suddenly, brutally, like destiny ripping a blindfold off your eyes. You will see their intentions. You will see their pattern. You will see every moment they lied. Every moment they acted. Every moment they pretended. And for the first time, you won't feel weak. You'll feel powerful, because knowing the truth is the first step toward controlling your own destiny. Once you see who's against you, they lose every bit of power they had over you. And after that, everything they tried to take from you will come back stronger. Everything they tried to block will open double. Every stability they tried to shake will solidify. Because now the universe knows you're awake. And destiny rewards the awakened. You're stepping into a chapter where no one can play with your peace. The truth is coming. The exposure is coming. The tables are turning. And the person who tried to break you will be the one who collapses under the weight of their own betrayal. They started this battle. But you will end it. You are standing closer to the truth than ever before, yet you still don't realize how violently everything around you has been shifting behind your back. The universe has been rearranging your entire environment while you sleep, while you talk, while you breathe, while you walk through life unaware that your story is reaching its breaking point. The danger around you is not dying, it is growing desperate. And desperate people do the most unpredictable things. The person who wanted to take something important from you? They're losing patience. They feel like the window of opportunity is closing. They sense that destiny is slipping out of their control. They feel your awareness rising. They feel your energy sharpening. They feel the wall they built around your life starting to crumble. And now, they're panicking. In their mind, the clock is ticking loudly. Every second you grow stronger, every moment you become wiser, every instinct you start trusting, makes them more afraid. Because manipulators rely on your confusion. They rely on your blindness. Every second you grow stronger, every moment you become wiser, every instinct you start trusting, makes them more afraid. Because manipulators rely on your confusion. They rely on your blindness. They rely on your silence. They rely on your kindness. But they never expected you to wake up. And that single shift, your awakening, has flipped the entire game. They're terrified because they know one thing clearly now: once you see the truth, they can never touch you again. But here's where things get darker: they're not the only one scared. Someone else, the silent watcher, the quiet observer, the hidden spectator, is becoming restless too. This second person has been living off your energy for a long time. They don't want to take anything from you themselves, they just enjoy watching you get hurt. They enjoy the tension. They enjoy the drama. They enjoy the chaos. They enjoy the emotional cracks forming around your life. They're feeding off your confusion like it's oxygen. And now that they sense the real battle is about to start, they're excited. Yes, excited. There are people who enjoy the downfall of others without ever touching them directly. These are not friends. These are not supporters. These are not neutral people. These are spiritual parasites, they survive on observing your pain. And both energies, the one who attacks and the one who watches, are closing in on you at the same time. That's why the last few days have felt strange. That's why you've been feeling tired for no reason. That's why your emotions shoot up and down randomly. That's why your sleep has been disturbed. That's why your spirit feels heavy. You are absorbing the vibration of two different negative energies at once. And your soul is screaming for protection. But here's the twist, destiny has already begun pushing these people into their final mistake. A mistake they can't reverse. A mistake they'll make out of fear. A mistake they'll make out of arrogance. A mistake they'll make because they think you're still unaware. They don't know that while you seem calm on the outside, something inside you has already shifted. You are watching more carefully now. You are listening more deeply now. You are analyzing what you used to ignore. You notice the way someone speaks. You notice the way they watch. You notice how conversations change when you arrive. You notice the tension in their voice. You notice the forced smile. You notice the sudden distance. You notice the unnatural concern. All these are clues destiny is dropping in front of you one by one. And soon, they will slip. The person trying to harm you will reveal themselves without meaning to. Maybe through an angry reaction. Maybe through an emotional outburst. Maybe through a jealous comment. Maybe through a question that exposes their intentions. Maybe through a look they didn't mean to show. Whatever it is, their truth will fall out of their mouth without their permission. And in that moment, your entire world will freeze. Because that will be the confirmation your intuition has been whispering for months. And when you see it, finally, clearly, without doubt, something powerful will ignite inside you. Not anger. Not sadness. Not fear. Clarity. And clarity is the most dangerous weapon you will ever have. Because clarity destroys deception instantly. Clarity makes manipulators powerless. Clarity makes liars panic. Clarity exposes silent enemies. Clarity shifts the balance of power. Clarity connects every dot you ignored. And when clarity hits you, everything will make sense. Why you felt drained. Why the energy around you felt heavy. Why small things kept going wrong. Why your spirit refused to settle. Why certain people felt off. You will suddenly see the pattern, the motives, the timing, the behavior. And the moment you see it, destiny takes over. The universe begins pushing them out of your path with force. Doors will close for them. Opportunities will slip away. Their influence will die. Their lies will fall apart. Their alliances will break. They will face consequences they thought they'd escape. Meanwhile, everything they tried to take from you will be protected. Not just protected, returned to you with more strength, more stability, and more divine shield than before. And that important thing they almost stole will become the strongest part of your life. Because once you survive an attack, the foundation that remains becomes unbreakable. But here's the most shocking part of all: destiny is not just exposing enemies. Destiny is elevating you. This entire attack, this entire tension, this entire phase wasn't meant to break you, it was meant to prepare you. You're not losing something. You're being sharpened. You're being strengthened. You're being upgraded. You're being positioned for a rise your enemies never saw coming. And the moment the truth is revealed, the energy around you will flip violently. People who ignored you will return. People who doubted you will respect you. People who spoke against you will fall silent. People who tried to block you will watch your success helplessly. Because destiny always protects the chosen. And you have been chosen. Not to fall. Not to be destroyed. Not to lose. But to see. To rise. To transform. And to walk into a chapter where no one, absolutely no one, can take what belongs to you ever again. The final truth is approaching, faster than you think. And once it arrives, your life will split into two timelines. The you before knowing the truth. And the unstoppable you after the truth is revealed. Get ready. The last mask is about to fall. And when it does, your entire destiny will shift forever.